The story takes place in 1942, during World War II. A squad of American recruits is rushed to the brutal battlefield after only brief training. As they are being transported by ship, a piercing alarm suddenly blares. Before these green soldiers can even react, their vessel comes under a heavy attack. As the ship sinks, everyone is forced into the freezing ocean. Most of the soldiers perish instantly in the explosion. Leo, a lucky survivor, quickly grabs a conscious comrade and pulls him to the surface. But before he can even catch his breath, a fighter jet circles back from above. To dodge the incoming hail of bullets, he has to dive back under the water. He narrowly survives the air raid and quickly finds a piece of broken deck to climb onto. He immediately performs CPR on the unconscious Will. After making sure Will is okay, Leo jumps back into the water to search for supplies. Since they were sunk in the middle of the vast ocean, it might take a long time for rescuers to find them. They must gather every usable resource as quickly as possible. Little do they know, a soldier nearby is still firing wildly at the sky, but in the next second, something swims past him beneath the surface. The soldier nervously scans the area, but the pitch-black water hides everything. Will soon hears a scream from the distance. The soldier fails to respond to his calls. In a moment, the screaming fades into silence. Just as Will feels something is wrong, there is a sudden movement by the edge of the deck. He leans over cautiously to look. It is another surviving soldier. Leo swims back after finishing his search. A quick check reveals the soldier has a severe head injury and no memory of what happened. With supplies running low, they can only manage a simple bandage. Right then, a haunting, miserable sound drifts over from the darkness. Leo realizes what it is and makes noise to get their attention. Soon, 4 more soldiers emerge from the shadows. They are also survivors of the air raid, but their injuries are far worse. One has a hole through his cheek, and another has been shot in the abdomen. The eerie sound was coming from a hand-cranked air raid siren. It seems there are only 7 survivors left. Making more noise is useless and might even lure the enemy back. Isolated and helpless, they begin to organize their supplies. They find 1 submachine gun, 3 grenades, a single can of food, a bucket of gasoline, a knife, and 1 smoke signal. Not only is food scarce, but they don't have a single drop of water. Based on the ship's speed, Will estimates their current position. He realizes they are not far from enemy territory. This means rescue might be slower than expected, or they might have been abandoned entirely. As the atmosphere turns oppressive, something moves in the water behind them and bumps the wreckage. The group ignores it and continues their discussion. As the sun begins to rise over the sea, Will spots a motorboat in the distance. This sparks a sudden wave of hope. While they debate who should swim for it, a soldier is suddenly ambushed by a shark. Before anyone can react, he is dragged straight down. He struggles desperately, but with his abdominal wound, he sinks quickly and goes silent. A moment later, half of a corpse floats to the surface. It proves that what just happened was no hallucination. Aside from the grief, no one dares to get into the water for the boat anymore. Leo says that although he has never seen a shark this big, normal sharks hunt by smell and sound. He suggests that if they stay as quiet as possible, the shark might leave on its own. They immediately fall silent and wait. However, the blood from their wounds cannot be stopped without proper medical care. Blood keeps trickling off the deck and into the water. In the next second, the shark is lured back and bites a blanket floating in the water. The soldier with the wounded cheek is pulled right in. He is immediately attacked due to the scent of his blood. The group, now prepared, grabs hold of him. Afraid of hitting their comrade, they don't dare to fire their gun. Instead, they throw a grenade into the distance. The massive shockwave from the explosion scares the shark away, but the soldier's leg has already been bitten off below the knee. Blood gushes violently from the wound. They use a belt to tie a tourniquet around his thigh and apply a basic bandage. This only buys them a little time. Without a way to escape, he will bleed to death. But with sharks circling nearby, no one dares to move. Soon, night falls, and the sea remains calm for a long time. They begin to wonder if the shark has finally left. Leo realizes they might be able to reach the motorboat without taking too many risks. The floating debris has accidentally formed a path in the middle. Leo takes action immediately. He ties a rope around his waist and jumps to the first floating piece. He scans the surroundings cautiously. Aside from the ripples of his landing, the water stays still. Leo continues his move. But the floating debris is too unstable, and he loses his balance, splashing half his body into the water. Terrified, Leo scrambles back up. Despite the noise, the shark does not appear. It seems it has truly left the area. Leo doesn't dare linger and jumps to the next spot. Just like before, the unstable debris causes him to make a loud noise. The shark is finally lured back. Just as Leo is about to be eaten, his comrades stop caring about the noise and fire wildly. They successfully drive the shark back. Leo takes the chance to make one last leap onto the motorboat. He quickly ties the rope to the engine. The team gets the signal and pulls the boat back. As the boat moves, the shark is attracted once again. Leo throws the second grenade. Startled, the predator stops its pursuit. After all the struggle, they finally have their escape tool. But upon inspection, they find the ignition wire is broken. The boat won't start. Suddenly, that terrifying sound starts ringing again. It turns out the shark swallowed the siren and it got stuck in its fin. As they talk, they hear the sound rapidly approaching. Leo tells everyone to kill the lights. Even in the dark, the attacks don't stop. The shark slams into the deck as if it won't stop until everything is smashed. Dez can't take it anymore and prepares to throw the last grenade. Leo stops him because the time isn't right. They endure the harassment until dawn. The shark finally leaves after failing to break the deck. Exhausted, everyone falls into a deep sleep. Suddenly, a grenade with the pin pulled starts rolling on the deck. The soldier who lost his leg instinctively covers it with his body. The explosion wakes everyone else up. It turns out Dez accidentally pulled the pin in his sleep, but Dez shows no guilt. He only thinks about dumping the body to avoid attracting more sharks with the blood. Leo is furious. The man had just died, saving all their lives. In a rage, Leo starts brawling with Dez. Will steps in to stop the fight. Now is not the time for internal conflict. With heavy hearts, they push the body into the sea. The atmosphere grows more oppressive under the scorching sun. To make things worse, Leo finds that their only can of food has been stolen and eaten. Trust among the comrades completely shatters, but reality forces them to stay together on this tiny deck. Soon, they don't even have the energy to argue. Hunger is manageable, but the blistering sun and lack of water push them to the limit. Leo picks up the empty tin can and starts collecting his own urine. Technically, drinking urine doesn't cure thirst, but it can extend survival in desperate times. Leo forces himself to swallow it despite the stench. The others look away in disgust, but seeing his slight relief, their survival instinct takes over. There is only one container, so the longer they hesitate, the more they have to share. Just after everyone drinks their own urine, the sky plays a cruel joke on them. A massive rainstorm suddenly hits the ocean. They laugh at their own desperate stupidity. The rain relieves their immediate crisis. The mood lightens up after the farce, but the peace is temporary. 2 days pass with no sign of rescue. Leo is so thirsty he tries to drink seawater. As the others hold him back, a roar comes from the sky. A plane is flying straight toward them. Excited, they scream for help. Fearing they won't be seen, they use their only smoke signal. It works and attracts the plane, but as it gets closer, they see the enemy insignia on the wings. In the next second, bullets rain down on them. They dive into the water in a panic. One man is hit and can't dodge in time. Blood flows from the deck into the sea. They all manage to climb back up, but the eerie siren sound returns. The shark is back. The enemy plane circles around for another strafe. With nowhere to run, Leo grabs the submachine gun for a final stand. Seeing the danger, Dez grabs the wounded soldier and rolls into the water. Under the threat of bullets, Will jumps in too. Leo is hit in the abdomen during the shootout. The gun falls into the ocean. Underwater, Will sees Dez cold-bloodedly push the wounded comrade away. Dez uses the man as bait to distract the shark while he swims to safety. The fighter jet soon crashes into the sea, trailing thick smoke. Dez breathes a sigh of relief, but Will immediately exposes Dez's true nature. Since Dez is in the best physical shape, it's clear he was the one who stole the food. Dez admits it shamelessly. The short-tempered Leo can't hold back and starts fighting him again. Because of his injury, Leo is quickly overpowered. Will finally steps in to help, but the shark has been lurking nearby. The two of them grab Dez to stop him from being dragged away. They save his life, but his arm is bitten clean off. After this, the three of them have no energy left for fighting. Will is the first to spot someone in the distance. A man is slowly paddling toward them with a combat knife. Based on the uniform, it is the surviving enemy pilot. The others tell Will to throw the last grenade, but the pilot throws his knife away to show he has no ill intent. Leo and the others still don't trust him. Will believes that in this situation, they shouldn't be killing each other. Leo loses his patience and tries to take action himself. During the struggle, the pilot launches a surprise attack. The grenade is knocked onto the motorboat. Will realizes how naive he was. He grabs a knife to fight the enemy pilot, but the pilot is a veteran and easily outmatches Will. Leo tries to help, but is quickly defeated due to his injury. Falling into the water, Leo immediately attracts the shark. Fortunately, he manages to climb back up. Meanwhile, Will is on the verge of death. At the critical moment, he grabs a grenade from the pilot's belt and bashes him with it. Will is knocked down again as he tries to stand. The pilot is distracted by the sound of the approaching shark. In that moment of hesitation, his leg is grabbed. Knowing he is doomed, Des uses his final moments to save his comrades. The deck is blown to pieces. The two survivors scramble onto the motorboat. The shark continues to circle them. Leo finds the grenade that fell on the boat. Wounded, he decides to sacrifice himself to give Will a chance. Before Will can tell him he found a toolbox floating by, Leo jumps into the water. He pulls the pin and shoves the grenade into the shark's mouth as it lunges. He ends the monster's life at the cost of his own arm. Will quickly pulls the heavily bleeding Leo back on board. He ties off the wound and manages to fix the motorboat. They escape the horrific sea. With luck, even in enemy territory, they might find a way home.